I'm live. Am I live? Are we on? Are all my lights on? Okay, hang on. I think I'm ready. I didn't. It's 3:59. We're almost getting started. Okay. Who's here in the chat? Let me know. I got to type a couple things. Hang on. Today, I'm going to put something in the chat. Amy's awesome Afghans and such. Okay. Just going to put that in. Yes, I'm putting that in the chat. Hi. We're doing Christmas tree ornaments, really, really cool ones. I'm so excited about today's live stream. Can I just tell you? But before we get into it, if you've clicked on this on the playback, if you're missing this live, I'm sorry you missed me in the chat. We have fun in the chat. If you want to catch us live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, that's Eastern US time. But watching the playback, thank you for staying here and hanging out with me, because I'm going to show you how to make this. It's a Christmas tree ornament, and it's a candy cane holder. It's like a hobby horse, a stick horse. But of course I made it a unicorn because I make everything unicorn. So that is what we're making today. I'm so excited. I love it. We're going to make sure it's right there the whole time so we can see it. And let me get into the chat. We'll do our shout outs. We'll say hey and talk about what's going on, and then we will get into it. I'm so excited today. I'm just so happy. And I will tell y'all why. Signal might time out. Aw, you're getting a new goat? I'm so jealous of you right now. I just peed a little. Wait. Like a particular breed, or just like somebody's giving you a goat? Is this like for dairy purposes? Like, you have to tell us all about it, please. I love goats. Goats are like the greatest. Why? Wait, why am I not in the chat right now? Okay, I'm trying to make sure I can see everybody. So I'm not like doing this the whole time when, when I'm trying to see who's in the chat. I don't want to add a comment. Oh, Lord, I don't know what I've done. Hang on. Middle-aged Gen X mom can't figure out what she just did on her phone. Film at 11. Okay, I think I did it. Trish, yay, new goat. I'm jealous. Right? That was my immediate thought. I want one. Oh, Scott would kill me. Like, I'm already at he's a good man. My husband is a very patient and long-suffering man. He puts up with me. We have 4 cats and 2 horses right now that we cannot afford. So I cannot have any more animals, but I'm definitely going to be living vicariously through people who are telling me stories of their new goats. I'm all about that. I'm here for that. That makes me happy. Let me do my shout outs to my channel members before we get started. Jungle Zadel, whose Instagram is here. Let me do his Instagram. So you can follow him if you want. Inferno _forge. That's one of our lovely channel members. Jungle Zadel has been a subscriber for years, like I think probably since I just started. So I appreciate your support so much. And of course, Nikki, who is usually in the chats here. And Blue Raven Farms. Hang on. I'm all over the place right now, aren't I? I'm sorry, you guys. I got to get my shout outs organized. Blue Raven Farms. That is one of our other channel members here, and you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Really cool pictures. My favorite post of Blue Raven Farms lately is Kelly in an inflatable unicorn costume riding one of her giant Clydesdales. This is a thing that exists. And when I tell you you need to follow people, it's because they're really interesting. Also, my friend Jen, who is often here in the chat, and I hope she shows up today. Shout out to you, Jen. So much going on in your life lately. I've been following it on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm so happy for you. So if you don't have time to chat with me today, then I totally understand. My friends Kimmy and Sheila, of course, my old theater buddies, and Genevieve. My dear friend Genevieve, my old Taekwondo buddy. I haven't done Taekwondo since spring, you guys, and I can't wait. Hopefully by the springtime, I can go back. Let's cross our fingers. And then, of course, our lovely moderator who pops in and out at times, my dear Becca. These are our channel members. If you want to shout out in my live streams and other perks such as the occasional, once or twice a month, I drop an outtake video to channel members, Unicorn channel members. And there's also early access to my videos. So like normally my videos come out on Wednesday, but if you're a particular level of channel member or Patreon, then you get to see those videos like 24 hours before the general public do. So if that's a thing that sounds cool to you, then you can click the blue join button that's right down underneath this video, or go to the description box to my Patreon and click on my Patreon and join there. Because there's more stuff on Patreon than there is on the YouTube channel. There's the same things at the same price level, but there's an additional price level on Patreon that gets you even more stuff. So it's not like more per dollar. It's a similar value. Does this make sense? Am I making sense? Anyway, if you want to be a channel member, I still have stickers because I haven't gotten to my 20 members yet. Hey. All right. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I need a sip. I don't have a special drink cup today. I'm sorry. The only thing extra, I spent everything, all my energy went to our craft today. Craft. I sound like we're in arts and crafts. We're in elementary school. Okay, so what you need for this is super easy. I'm going to bring this up here so we can talk about it while we're looking at, let me take it off the tree. Okay, so the story, let me tell you the story real quick before we get started, and it's white, and so it's hard to see, like, put it right here. In our Extra Equestrians Facebook group, which there's a link to join that down below, make sure you answer all the questions and click you agree to the rules so you can get in. And one of our members, I linked her up at the top of the chat. Amy's, or not linked, but I wrote Amy's Awesome Afghans and such. You can go follow her on Facebook. She makes little crochet hats for her horses, like all kinds of cool hats for your horses. She can make you a matching one. She makes obviously Afghans and stuff like that. But she posted one of these in the Extra Equestrians group hanging from her tree. It was a black one because it was a replica of one of her horses. So she did one that was her horse and she put it up, and it triggered childhood memories because growing up in the 1970s, I had these on my tree. My mom made a buttload of these. They were red. I don't know if I can show the picture. No, I'm not even going to go there. I already messed up my phone once. They were red felt with little googly eyes. This is a little googly eye. And they had a short white yarn mane, a little ribbon, and they had a little tiny, like 1/8 inch of a ribbon, little bridle on them, like that went from here to here and here to here. And Amy's did too. And then they had candy canes inside them. I don't know why I didn't end up with any of these, because my sister and I sort of ended up with a bunch of our childhood tree ornaments. Like after a while, my mom was like, I don't want to do the childhood stuff anymore. I want to make like a pretty tree that everything matches and coordinates. And my sister and I were like offended. But after we got over it, we divided up the ornaments. I don't know how I missed getting these, but I don't have any of these for my tree. So this triggered that memory. And I was like, I want to make a whole herd of candy cane unicorns for my tree for this year. I was going to do the live stream in front of my tree, but it's still in the storage room in a box. Please don't judge me. I know, what is it, December 6th? It's St. Nicholas Day. Maybe tonight, if I don't have to work tonight, I will put up the Christmas tree, I promise. And then we'll get some Instagram pics of my herd of Christmas tree unicorns. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these. Now that you know that, that's why I'm so excited about it, because it reminds me of my childhood. Anyway. So let's put this back on the tree, or we can talk about, now I need to get the other one. Hang on. This one you may be able to see a little better. This was my original prototype. And as you can see, the shape has changed. I just took a plain piece of typing paper and I sort of penciled out a sketch using, where are my, hang on, I've got an ironing board full of stuff over here. Hang on, there's my candy canes. So I just made my own pattern, and the way I did it, obviously, I just laid it down and put the candy cane down, and you have to remember to leave a lot of room. You can't do it just small and just right to the candy cane, because when you stitch it together around the outside, you need a little bit of a seam allowance and you need to have room to be able to stick the candy cane in there. So you pretty much just put it on the paper and draw a giant horse head shape around it. Do I still have, where's my pattern? Where did that go? So you make yourself a little pattern and then you cut out 2 pieces of felt. I don't know if you can see the glitter in this. Can we see sparkle in this? There it is. There's a little bit. This is felt with glitter on it. That was like 99 cents for a little sheet of it at Joann Fabric. I got a couple of sheets of it to make sparkly unicorns. I wish it was more sparkly. I need a little more glitter, frankly, Joann. Okay. So there's that. What else do I have? For my unicorn, I used this trim. I'll show you. I used this trim to make the mane, just sort of sticking out of the thing. And then to attach it to the Christmas tree. Sorry, this just really feels like wired. It doesn't say wired ribbon, but it feels very wired. So I just have this little gold ribbon and you make a loop and you stitch it in there. Well, I'll show you. And of course, googly eyes. I have a little thing of googly eyes. Oh, here's my pattern. Now for the horn, I have, pardon me, everyone. Oh my God, like I have stuff everywhere. So for the horn, I bought this glitter foam. So this is like craft foam that's glitter. But then I realized that was probably too thick to sew through 2 layers of that plus, because I need 2 layers. This is only one-sided. This stuff is only one-sided. So if I want to do a unicorn horn, I have to double-side it. So it's glitter on both sides. So this is glitter paper, like cardstock. So I cut the horn out of that, and that's what that is. It's really lightweight. My sewing machine, it doesn't have adhesive on it. My sewing machine went through it fairly quickly. So this is the material I made the horn out of. If you don't want to make unicorns, if you want to make one like my friend Amy did that looks like one of your horses, get some felt that is the color of your horse and make a replica of your horse. But I am making gold and white unicorns. I got this out because I thought it was another nice example of like what you could use for mane. The easiest thing to use for trim, you can do yarn like my mother did when I was a kid and cut like 1/2 inch or longer pieces of yarn and then maybe like tack it down with a little glue. Oh, you don't want to do that. Maybe you'd have to pin it. The good news is felt is easy to pin. But here is this trim that I was considering using, like doing a gold horn with this trim for the mane, but it sort of overpowered what we were doing, so I put that aside. But maybe you'll have better luck. Where did my pattern go? Oh, and I got this out. I have a box full of trim just so you could see, like, you could have other options. Like here is a nice, that might work for the mane, just like coming out a little bit. If you have some fringe, that would be cool. Here's another little thing that probably could be laid just on top, like not sewn into the middle between layers, but like use it to edge the crest of the neck on each side. Just a thought. There are so many variations and you can do your own thing. All right, I think that's all the trim I have now. My googly eyes are back there. I worked on a no-sew version of this. That's what this guy was originally. I was trying to do a no-sew version of this, and I just did tacky glue all around the edges, and tacky glue just does not hold felt. It's not, you might be able to get away with one Christmas, but it kept falling apart every time I tried to put a candy cane in it. So I feel like this is going to have to be a sew project. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can stitch by hand. You can either do like a decorative blanket stitch or whip stitch around all of the edges with embroidery floss or just with regular doubled up thread. That's totally a possibility as well. Or do like a top stitching, like a back stitch all the way around the edges. But remember, it's going to show on both sides. So I wouldn't do something like a top stitch unless you have really, really neat, even stitches, which I don't. So playing with glitter right now. Trish says she's playing with glitter right now, adding glitter to a unicorn head on stacking. What is that? Trying to resist the urge to glitterize the whole thing. Oh, it's so hard. Like always, it's hard not to be like more glitter. I was watching a makeup tutorial with one beauty YouTuber who was talking about using like a glitter glue on your lid and then patting on the glitter shadow. And she's like, you know, you only need like one thin layer of the glitter eyeshadow on top of the glitter glue. Adding more layers and packing it on isn't going to do any more. And I'm like, ma'am, don't tell me what to do because I'll put the glitter glue on and I will sit there and I will pack it like I'm building a sandcastle at the beach. All right. How did I get off topic? Let's make another one. Where did my pattern go? All right. So here is my stuff. Let's put it down there. We don't need it. I bought a bunch of these. I got to remember that white is just too much on camera. It looks so pretty, like in person up close. But when I try to show y'all stuff, see, you need something more like this so you can see what's happening. Well, maybe we'll make one out of this today. Let's make one out of the green. The green felt was super cheap. And so I bought it to make prototypes. If you know me, if you've been around here a while, I need adult supervision and I don't magically make things right the first time. Sometimes I don't magically make things right, even if I have a detailed set of instructions and a pattern. Welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe. Okay, where did my pattern? Oh, yo! Why am I like this? Okay, we can do it out of this piece. We can do it out of that piece. We don't need that. Hang on, let me get organized. I know I should have done this before y'all got here. How rude of me. I'm so rude. Please do not hold it against me. Odin, he's over there on the off camera. Did you see he's licking himself. He doesn't know where the pattern went. Let me put my notebook. Why can't I find that? It should be right here. I didn't go anywhere, did I? I've been right here the whole time, haven't I? Haven't I? I'm lost today, you guys. What is going on? So I can make another pattern. Actually, I should because I had to modify it a little bit. Obviously, the shapes are a little bit different. So I had to modify this one. Maybe I should just use this one as a pattern. I love these so much. I want my tree full of them. I want them to be my little babies. Did it fall down? Okay, see, that fell down. This is our stuff over here. We're going to draw another pattern. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I've got my ribbons waiting for me over here. So make this out of felt. I guess if you want, you could make it out of other kinds of fabric, but felt is really nice in that it's easy to work with. It doesn't fray. Hi, where did everything go? I've got googly eyes. Hang on a second. I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I had the pattern. I know. I saw it. I was like, oh, you guys, there it is. Oh, I'm going to cry live on YouTube. I'm like the worst live streamer ever. Why? Here, where's my unicorn notebook? Because I have to make a pattern. Now I have to make a pattern. You guys. Stocking. Okay, sorry. Typing is suffering due to glue and glitter everywhere. I feel you. I hear that. Obviously, I'm not all together today. I don't know where I am. I think I know where I am. I'm usually not on the schedule to go downtown and do a tour on Sunday nights, but today I am for some reason, which makes me suspect that there actually is something on the schedule, which is good. I need the money, but like I won't know until after the live stream's over. Like I don't get a count like of if there's people that want to go. Where is my? Okay. Until like 5:30, so I won't know if I'm going to work or not. Okay, hang on real quick. I'm doing a sketch of this outline. I am just outlining my little unicorn here. Okay. Again, the white on camera. I'm so dumb. Okay, looks kind of like a lion. There's 3 pencils over here. I just spent 10 seconds over here looking for a pencil. Yeah. It's paper. It blew off the ironing board off to the other side. I swear, I probably should not be allowed to be out alone. I think I'm just going to use the guidelines that I just traced instead. So hang on while I do that. So I'm just cutting out a pattern out of plain white paper. Again, this is so easy. Such an easy craft. You do have to have some sort of basic sewing skills, either hand stitching or using a sewing machine. I have done live stream tutorials of hand stitching, demonstrating different kinds of hand stitching and talking about hand sewing and the important things and just tips and tricks and stuff. If you want to check that out, oh gosh, maybe I should come back and leave a card up here or a link, or you can just search my channel for hand sewing because I know I've done a tutorial. I've also done sewing machine tutorials where did I just, oh my God, here it is. For the felt. I've also done a sewing machine tutorial where I discuss like, what do all those buttons do? What are they for? And just, again, how to sort of start to navigate your way around a sewing machine. So if you want to check those things out, you can go do that. Because I want to help you. Okay. I'm just doubling this up. And I am going to lay it down. This is not very efficient use of my space here. I probably should be, there's ways to cut fabric that makes use of just about like every angle. Sometimes fabric is woven and has a grain to it, you know, the way the fibers run. So if you pull on the diagonal of the grain, there's a little bit of a give, but if you pull either on the, you know, this vertical or the horizontal, it doesn't move. And in those cases, like the grain is probably important. Felt is not a woven fabric, it's pressed. And so you don't have like I could cut it out this way, I could cut it out that way, I could cut it out, you know, any way I want, as long as it fits and it's fine. That was a long explanation for it doesn't matter how you orient your horse head on your thing. I'm going to just outline this and then cut it out. That's what I'm going to do because I don't feel like holding the paper still. I get lazy and I won't pin or weight pattern pieces, which is important because when you're cutting out, if you don't know, when you're cutting out pattern pieces, the paper can move around on top of the fabric. So if you're just going around in a circle, your paper may move a little bit as you go around and you'll find that your shape is definitely warped. This is all that is happening. Very basic. Oh, I want fabric scissors for this though. Fabric scissors, paper scissors for paper, fabric scissors for fabric, everyone. I hope we're all on board with this. I'm cutting inside the marker line so that I don't have like a black line on these. Okay, and again, I'm not pinning to cut, so I need to make sure that one piece of fabric is not sliding too far and getting wonky. Okay, I know, it kind of looks like a little dog of some kind. Shh, don't judge me yet. Okay, so we've got basically 2 sides, and we're going to stitch the 2 sides together except for the bottom, which is where the candy cane goes. But before we stitch it together, you have to make sure you have all the pieces of it that you want to go in there. For example, you just make yourself a little loop of ribbon and cut that long enough that you could either hang it by the ribbon on your Christmas tree, or if you have those little metal hook things, you can hang it on one of the little metal hook things. So Don't do anything with it for now. Just make yourself your little, it's just a little loop of ribbon that is in half, and you are going to stitch the ends of it into between your little doodle right here. You probably, if you're making this for yourself or or for gifts, I think these would be cool barn gifts to go and give to people, because then they have a candy cane for their horse, and then they can take home, they can go get more candy canes, or then they've got an ornament they can take home for their tree, or they can hang it up right by the horse's stall. Don't hang it up by a horse's stall with a peppermint. Oh, that's so mean. Can you imagine, like, all night long your horse just like smelling the peppermint right outside its stall door, and like so cruel. Okay. Next, some mane. The eyes can go on last. Oh my God, I'm running out of this trim, and it's one of my favorites. No, why? God, why is the world so cruel? I'm going to take advantage of the little bit of tape on the end of this. No, I need to cut that tape off. You don't want adhesive when you're on things that you're going to sew with your sewing machine, because the adhesive, it sticks to your sewing machine needle and will gum up the works, literally. So you want, where did my guy go? Here he is. Oh my gosh. I just almost knocked things off with my little reindeer antlers. So, oh, where did my pins go? Here they are. Straight pins. I am going to pin this. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. I am pinning this so that pinning that between the layers of this horse. Continuing down a little bit. I'll show you again in just a second. So again, pinning this between the two layers of your horsey. And then I'm going to stick the little loop of ribbon in the top. So I'm going to cut it off a little bit after. So there's a little left over, and then I'm just going to tuck that inside. I tucked the little end inside. So now I've got this between, and it's made him a darling little mane, like a little roached unicorn mane. Okay, and I know my pins are wonky. Don't you judge me. I don't sew over my pins. I take them out as I move along. So now where'd my little loopy go? I am adjusting. This is weird ribbon. Why is this happening to me? It's like it's made of metal. It twists. Okay. I have to unpin this. Sticking it in the top. So that ribbon and this trim are pinned between the layers. I just noticed Brittany came into the chat. Hey, Britt, how are you? We'll glue the little things on at the end. The eyeballs. Oh, I got to make the horn. I'm like, oh, we're ready to go. No, Michelle, calm down. So once again, I've got this glitter paper. It's like cardstock. That one side is totally glitter. And I am just going to cut a horn shape. 2 of them. Because it's only single-sided and I've got to glue them together. Ugh, come on. So we're going to glue them together, except for not at the very, very bottom. We're just going to glue like the top half together because, again, you're going to sew through that bottom part. Okay, let me get my glue. Hang on. Okay. You're tired, was worried yesterday Tom had a seizure. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy, Britt. I hope he gets checked out. Goodness gracious. It seems like he's been having trouble lately. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so here we go. I have cut out 2 tiny little triangles and I am putting some glue. You don't need much glue. Just 2 little pieces of paper going to, come on. All right, glue, come out though. Come out, come through. Where's my glue? When it rains, it pours. Okay. Okay, so I put glue on just like the top half because we're going to put this between the 2 layers of felt and stitch through it. And we don't want glue, don't want your sewing machine running through glue or adhesive. It's a big no-no. And this, once the glue dries a little bit, you'll see if there's any overhang where it's not quite even, and you can trim it up and make it look really cute. But now we've got a little golden unicorn on both sides. Where did my glue, hang on, my glue cap went somewhere. Where did you go? Bye. Oh gosh. Everything's going everywhere today. Everything's a mess. It should not take too long. So now I don't pin, this is paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pin it. I'm going to leave it separate. And when I'm going to start stitching and I'm going to stitch around, stitch, stitch, stitch. And once I get to about here, I'm just going to take it, stick it between the layers and stitch over it. That's how I did with the first one, because this is paper, like a cardboard, a cardstock kind of paper. And it's going to be really tough to put a pin into without really like folding it, messing it up, and just being a pain in the butt. So, but you can see how this is coming together. All we have to do now is stitch around everything except this bottom. Oh, I said bottom. And again, I'm not going to leave it green. Here's the original part. Let me put the original one back up where we can see it. My little white and gold unicorn. I love it so much. I'm going to make a bunch of them and I'm going to put them on my tree. Once I put my tree up. Y'all. So this is how they look. Oh, this is so cute. Yes. Okay. I'll have a little hook on it. So it makes me so happy. Oh my God, I have to tell you guys one more story before I go to the sewing machine and just stitch this together real quick. I won't be able to pull you guys forward. So hopefully I can I've got everything all set up already. I just literally have to stitch around. But one more story real quick. The ones in the Extra Equestrians group, when Amy, my friend Amy of Amy's Afghans and such, look at the top of the chat, go check her out on Facebook. When she posted it and it triggered these memories, my sister is in the group. So I tagged my sister. I said, Brandy, do you have the original? Do you remember these? Because I thought they were crocheted. So at first, but then she posted a picture of the original ones and oh, my heart, like the old felt and just the yarn mane and everything and whatever. And the candy cane. And she said, I think that candy cane is at least 15 years old. And I died because she never would. This is the difference between me and my sister. Here's the difference between me and my sister. Every year when we were little kids, after Christmas, after New Year's, we would put up, it was like our job. We had boxes. My mom had all these boxes. Some of our ornaments were breakable. And so they had to be packed away in special boxes. Some would just get wrapped in paper or whatever. But there were some that you could just kind of throw in there. But so every year when we were taking ornaments off the tree, I did my best to be the one to remove all the horse ornaments because I just wanted to touch them all. So when I would pull off one of the horse candy cane ornaments, I would remove the candy cane and eat it because you don't want to put candy in the Christmas tree box till next year. That's gross. And then you want to pull out this gummy, nasty candy cane next year. This is my logic. Obviously, no one wants it to be in there all year. So I'd be busy putting up ornaments and eating candy canes out of the horse heads. My sister, taking things off the tree, putting them away. Taking things off the tree, putting them away. I don't think she doesn't take them out. And now that her daughters are doing it too, I guess they just do the same thing and they just take them out and they put them in there. I'm like, how can you not eat the candy canes? How can there be a 15-year-old candy cane in your house? This does not compute to me. I'm having it confused. I'm really bamboozled. Becca's here. Busy setting up my own stream channel. Oh, cool. Like for games? That's awesome. I can't wait to check it out. So, Becca, if you have missed it, first of all, we're making these candy cane unicorn Christmas tree ornaments, but the white doesn't show up very well on the chat. So I'm making one out of the green felt that I had for practice. We've already talked about the importance of making a prototype, because when I did my prototype, there were a couple things that was like, oh no, and I had to change the shape a little bit. So I have a little bit of trim pinned between my layers, a little bit of ribbon pinned between my layers. I'm going to leave this loose. This is my unicorn horn made from 2 glued together pieces of glitter board. And I'm going to stitch around. And when I get to the forehead, I'm going to stick this in and stitch over it. So give me a second. Hang on. I have my sewing machine ready to go. I'm sorry you guys are not right over here. I need like a little tripod with the camera on it. So, and I'm using a very, very small seam allowance, just like 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Where's my pedal? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go across where the underneath of the chin is. I'm gonna go across that with the stitch. Boom. Making sure both pieces of fabric stay aligned. I'm using white thread so you'll be able to see the seam. Okay, here's where I'm coming up the nose. So I've got to put this in here. Okay. Okay. I went really slowly and carefully through the paper of the horn. All right, we're in the home stretch. Almost there. Almost there, and I'm really using my finger to hold down where the trim, where I held it under. Ta-da! That is that. Where's my scissors? Okay. Here I come. I'm coming back. Hang on. Wait for me. Wait for me. Okay, let me show you what we did. When you moved back to North Carolina? Yeah, well, you know what? Like, you had a lot of life events too, Becca, that with the baby and, you know, everything, it sort of interrupts things for a while. Baby interrupted. Okay, so this is what we end up with. Pretend it's white or whatever color unicorn you want. Maybe you have a green horse. I don't know. I use the contrasting thread so that you can see where I stitch around. I don't stitch here on the bottom. And I started here, so I stitch here, going across right underneath the neck there, down here. And then before I got to here, I stuck that in there. There we go. We come around here. Now, this is the part where you want to tug on everything you've got to make sure you caught all of your trim and your ribbon and everything inside your stitch, inside your seam. Otherwise, it's all going to come apart. It's going to just come unraveled. So, where's my... Now, hang on, we need eyeballs. Where are your eyeballs, sir? I probably should have gotten bigger googly eyes, but I didn't know. Maybe I should have gotten the, I don't know if I should have gotten the like bigger ones, or they had colored ones where like their little roundy part in the middle was a color like red or pink or yellow or green. It was weird looking. I thought, oh, I need to get that for my unicorns. And I was like, oh, I don't know. It kind of looks sick. So I just put a dot of glue and a little eyeball on our little guy right here. So here we go, dot of glue. That's a giant dot of glue. Let's save ourselves from the giant dot of glue. Okay. Dot of glue. And I'm just going to stick an eyeball on it. And there we go. Ta-da! That was like totally easy. It takes so little to make these things, even if you're making, I made the pattern from scratch today. I mean, I traced around one that worked. So where is my, what am I looking for? Oh, now we want to put that. Oh no, I've already lost an eyeball. This is why you need to let it dry first. Give me another eyeball. Where are my eyeballs? You poor baby. Oh no, now they don't want to stick. I messed it up. It doesn't want to stick now. Oh yeah, buddy? Do you want to be on the live stream? Yeah? Do you guys hear Odin? Mother poop stain. This needs to, it's hanging slightly wonky. It's not as nice as my original one. Come here. Now we have 2 on the tree. Ta-da! Unicorn tree! Unicorn tree. Unicorn tree. Hey, come here. You want to be on the live stream? Zadel's here. Genevieve, you're here. The safety lady at Savannah B. Persephone's here. That's okay. Okay, we'll do a quick recap for you guys. Hang on. Odin, come here. Come here, buddy. Here's my chonky cat, Odin. Come here, buddy. He doesn't like to be cuddled, so let's see how long he'll let me hold him up here. Let's see how long he will tolerate this. Hi, buddy. He won't relax. We are making, as you can see in the background, they are candy cane holders that look like little stick horses. And someone, Amy, in the Extra Equestrians group, I linked her, Amy's awesome Afghans and such. She posted, are you letting me? This is so sweet. She posted one that she made that looks like her horse. So if you make these, you don't have to make them. Are you done? Are we done? Oh my God, I got glue on him. I forgot I had glue on my hand. I'm sorry. No, don't go up there. There's straight pins and glue. You don't need any part of that. Trust me. Okay, so are you going up there? He almost went up to look right where the computer is, where the camera is. You want to go up here? Why don't you go here? What's up there? What's up here? Anyway. So it just triggered childhood memories because my mother made these and they were on our Christmas tree when my sister and I were kids. And my sister still has some of the original ornaments. I'm just getting all this cat hair off him. He's such a big chunky baby. You could just pet him. Okay. So why don't you get up here? Come here. Get up here. There you go, bud. There you go. Anyway, it's not like Cherry Blossom usually shows up in the window, or Loki will show up and like sit in the background and try to lick himself. But Odin, okay. Okay. So I didn't have unicorns on my tree when I was little. They were regular horses, like hobby horses, like stick horses, you know? And the white one looks so pretty, but on camera with the lights, it is absolutely, I'm wondering if I can shield from the light a little bit. And you can see a little bit of, it's made with glitter felt and it just looks so pretty. I made it last night and I'm obsessed with it now. I'm going to make a bunch of them to put on my tree. So if you make these, you can make them to where they look like your horse. I would love to see people posting them in the Extra Equestrians group that have made them to look like they're actual horses. I don't know, maybe I should get some brown felt and do one that looks like Sunny. And then I've got that glitter fabric. I could just do our tags. Or maybe I'll just do a whole herd of unicorns. Let me see. Do I still have my pattern up here? Where did that go? This is my new pattern. And I feel like it needs to be back at the neck even more. This is such a small space, and I feel like half of the live stream is me looking around for something I put down somewhere else. Like, why is my life? Okay. I feel like that's the shape we need. I know the neck looks a little bit stranger. Let's I don't want to mess it up too much. We'll end up messing it up. I'll fix it too much. Like cutting your own bangs. It's like I'm cutting my own bangs and I'll end up fixing it and it's not going to look good. And I'll be sad. And I don't want to be sad. So this is my original pattern, but when I made it like this with the neck like that, it looks more horsey shaped, but it hung like this. And then the weight of the candy cane brought it back. So it was like sticking under here and it was not cute. So when I have it more like this part of the neck sort of stops the candy cane from going much further than that. And it hangs more like upright, like a stick horse. You know, how many stick horses did you have as a child? Can you estimate? I could not begin to count the number of stick horses that were bought for me as a child. And when I didn't have stick horses, I rode my mother's broom, obviously with the broom end being the tail. Who's with me? So let's make one more. Let's do one more. Let's do another white. Let's do a white one. Where's my white piece of felt? So who's going to make these? Who's excited? Like, I know probably I caught you off guard today and you're like, girl, I did not have time to gather, or I don't have felt, or I don't know. Do you have supplies on hand? And you're like, no, I got this. I am going to cut out some more. I'm going to take my marker. I've just got my paper pattern. Again, this is white. I'm not going to be showing this on camera just because it doesn't show up well. I need to learn my lesson. So I'm drawing well outside the bounds of the pattern. And then I drew on the pattern. No, that's fine. Patterns get marked on. Boom. There we go. Look at how we are living our lives. Now I'm going to, there we go. Again, holding it together, making sure it doesn't move around too much. I don't know if y'all can hear Odin, but he is just off camera licking himself. He's serious. He's working hard. It's very slurpy. Okay. I might have to trim this up a little bit. My tree is going to look so good this year. I don't know when I'm going to get it finished. Or when I'm going to finish all these unicorns, or how many I'll get done. I want to make at least 6 of them for my tree. I want at least 6 of these on my tree. I'm having trouble finding actual traditional looking candy canes right now. Like all I can find are sour warhead or, you know, purple blueberry, starburst flavor, whatever. And I'm like, can I get red and white candy canes, please? Or they're like little teeny size, or they're huge size, or it's some special thing. I'm like, can I get a regular candy cane? Oh, I'm not talking to you. When I use my angry voice, Odin's like, not you, buddy, not you. I'm mad at the candy canes, not you. He's back to slurping. Slurp, 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 slurp. I'm going to have, you know what? I should start an ASMR channel with my cat Odin, and it's just the sound of him licking himself very loudly or snoring. He snores so loud. I think he has weird like nasal passages. His head looks funny, and I don't know if it was like an injury when he was little. He used to be feral. I didn't get him until he was like 2 years old-ish. So who knows what he went through on his own, but his head is all weird and funky, and one of his eyes doesn't quite close, so he always kind of looks like this. He's a weirdo cat. Hi, weirdo. Hey, weird kitty. You want to be on? You want to show everybody Popeye? Funny cat. Okay, where's my trim? I keep hitting things with my. These antlers are enormous. I got these at the dollar store. I'm like, oh, I need new antlers. I don't have really a Christmas hat right now. So I got these antlers at the dollar store the other day, and they're kind of obnoxious. Well, let me get my little loop done. So I'm making a loop of ribbon to sew into so that it can sit on the Christmas tree. Little loop of ribbon. So that is going to get pinned into the top with this trim, y'all. I'll show you up close in just a second if I can with this white. So it's pinned between the 2 layers of felt. And then I'm going to pin it again halfway down the crest of the neck. And I'm going to try to get as much of the trim sticking out as possible. That's one reason I use such a small seam allowance, is because I'm trying to just catch the edge of that in here. Okay. Again, I'm going to cut it off a little bit out and then tuck it under. So tuck the excess underneath. Tuck the excess underneath. Okay. All right, hang on. I have to make sure. So now I've pinned the trim and that is not even in there. Oh my gosh. I have pinned the trim and the loop in there. I'm going to cut out a horn now. Okay. Hold on. This is really wonky. Oh, and they're not like mirror images of each other either. Well, crud. So I have this glitter cardstock, and it's only one-sided, so I have to cut out 2 horns. And I make a little, so it's like 2 pieces of this glitter paper, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top edge. Again, not on the bottom. We're going to sew through this bottom part. We're going to sew that between the layers. Y'all, what time is it? I'm going to end up making 2 of these during the live stream. I'm so proud of myself. There are sometimes on these live streams, I barely get started. Oh my God, I'm choking. I barely get started on this stuff. All right, I need some more to wipe this. On the cat, do you want some glue? Would you like some glue on your fur? Just kidding. I'm not putting glue on my cat on purpose. I think I got a little bit on the side of him earlier. And I'm not going to pin this in there because it's cardboard and it's weird, but I'm going to stick it right there. All right, let me check the chat real quick, and then I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch around this guy. So, Michelle the hot ass losing your eyeballs. Yep. Insta Inferno Forge. Yes, Zadel. I don't think you were here at the beginning. I dropped it at the beginning. The new guy, the new guy's home and settling in well. Is this the goat? My kitty. Yes, my funny Odin. He is a pretty kitty. He's a funny guy. He's my big funny chonky cat. He's the one. There were fireworks going on. Was it 4th of July? I can't remember what holiday it was, but there were fireworks going off in the neighborhood. The hateful cat was hiding somewhere. The funny cat, Loki, he was off somewhere. Precious cat, Cherry Blossom, she was hiding. Chonky cat, Odin, was right at my feet meowing for dinner. There's like fireworks and stuff going off everywhere. And he's like, hey, can I have some cat food? Totally unconcerned with the fireworks. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. We are sitting down at okay, I've got my horn, sitting down at the sewing machine. This is only going to take a second, using a very, very small seam allowance. Going across the throat. You're not going to be able to see the seams on this one because I'm using white thread. Okay. Oh, I need my... I just stuck the horn in. Sewing over it now. Coming back down the home stretch. All right, back stitch. Pull it on out of there. Where's my scissors? Everybody's over here. What? Really? Okay. Then I trim my threads. Okay, and pardon me again. Now it's at this point that you're going to check things out. Now look what we've done. Look what we did. Yay. Shield it a little bit. So again, check. Make sure you've caught all of the trim in the seam. Make sure that's in there good. Make sure it's all in there good. You'll find little areas where it didn't align properly. Maybe, unless you're really, really good. So there were just a couple of places here where it didn't really align. It sort of moved as I sewed. So, eyeball time. Eyeballs. We need eyeballs. And I really, you know what? Why don't I put the candy cane in first? Oh no! That one's dead now. You just know it. Where did it break? Candy cane down. Candy cane down. Okay. Oh man, this one's doing that too. Why? Maybe it had to be back more like this. Well, poo-poo. Ugh. It sticks up the front anyway. Man, maybe I need to work on my design. All right, time to put some eyes on this. Again, dot of glue, eyeball, dot of glue, eyeball. That's a giant dot of glue. Why am I doing so much glue? Da, 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 da. Oh, we have another one. Hey. I think this one, maybe the shape of the head. See, I've got a little bit, I gave these a little bit more room in the neck. I got to go back and do another pattern like that one. That one's like my perfect pattern. Look at all the unicorns, you guys. Look at all the unicorns. This is amazing. I'm so happy. Yay. I'm going to have a whole herd of them. I'm going to put them on my tree. I'm going to post the picture on Instagram. Will it be tonight? Will it be a week from now? Will it be the night before Christmas? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not one of these people that can get ready like right after Thanksgiving, you know, or before that. I know people who had their tree up since like mid-November. I'm like, settle down. Where did the kept my glue go? I will figure it out. Look, we got to wrap this live stream up. I hope you guys had a good time today. I hope you were entertained. I hope you make candy cane hobby horses or unicorns for your Christmas tree. Please do this. You saw how easy it was. I was farting around and being ridiculous, and I made 2 of them in an hour. Like, if you got a couple of kids and you guys figure out how to do it, you could make a whole herd for your Christmas tree. Get a rainbow. Oh my gosh, depending on like what color theme you have in your house, get your felt to match the color theme of your Christmas in your house. It doesn't have to be like, you know, hunter green and red. You don't have to go with traditional Christmas. Obviously, unicorns are not traditional Christmas, but maybe they're becoming more traditional Christmas. I like that. I think maybe I would enjoy Christmas more if there were more unicorns. Like, it's like mostly reindeer, which is fine. But, you know, I don't know. I just wish there were more unicorns at Christmas. Anyway. So, all right, you guys, what time is it? 4:58, just about perfect. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much for all the channel members who are literally keeping this channel alive. Again, click that join button if you would like to become a channel member, get your special badge in the chat, get your special perks and your shout out in the beginning of the live stream and all that kind of stuff. Just let me know. hit that join button or join the Patreon, or subscribe, give the whole live stream a thumbs up if you had a good time and all that good stuff. It really helps the channel out when you do those little things like clicking like, and of course, when you're here engaged in the chat, it helps as well. So thank you to everybody who's been here. This was probably my most fun live stream I've done in a while. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with these candy cane unicorns. So if I don't have to go do a tour tonight, I'm going to make a bunch of these. And I hope you guys will too. Thank you. I will see you again next week, where we'll be doing something else. Next week, we're going to be doing more of a stress relief activity. So join in next week and see what we'll be doing. Hang out with me, relieve some stress, because it's a stressful time of year. So we'll do that next week. Thank you all for joining me in the chat. I love you so much. Bye.